Hello again, welcome back, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. Today we'll be playing with Jund Recursion. That's the color combination of green, black, and red. Recursion is what we call bringing things back from the graveyard directly into play, which is quite nice. So we will have some self-mill in the deck and then bringing some really powerful creatures back into play, which is quite nice. Kardur's Vicious Return is what the deck is built around. It is a Jund deck, which is the color combination of green, black, and red. Breaking down the deck's strategies and synergies, watching the gameplay footage to discuss the interactions and playlines, so you as an individual can come away with a relatively good idea if or not this deck is right for you and your wildcards. Thank you for your time and attention. Go ahead and give the video a thumbs up if you do find any value within today's session, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on our gem giveaways and cash prize tournaments, and even every video we're giving away gift cards. So join the Discord, watch the giveaway videos so you can familiarize yourself on all of those things. Support the channel financially: Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, Amazon, Great Viking Games, Into the AM, yada yada yada. You can even download Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant for free if you're on Windows. So with this all out of the way, let's take a look at the deck and then let's jump into the gameplay footage and then wrap up. All right, cool beans. Cool, but beans. Oh, Maya's camera's on. I took Maya for a walk today. She loved it. I'm always going to be recording my adventures with Maya on my YouTube stories. I don't know if you've seen that yet. I had one that did really, really well. It got like a lot of views. I think like 15,000 views on the foiled Pringles that expanded, which was pretty funny. So this is the deck. Anyways, I could ramble all day, you guys. We'll get into that with our wrap-up thoughts, though. Death Rain is a 3.4 average mana cost, 20 creatures, 60 non-creatures with 24 lands. Very well balanced and in a very aggressive mid-range deck, staying below that 3.5 level. We do have ramp in the deck as well, and we build off of a food base, which has been modified since our previous version. We are now running Feasting Troll King, a 7/6 Vigilance Trample. When it enters the battlefield, create 3 food tokens. We can sacrifice 3 food tokens to return the Troll King from our graveyard to the battlefield, activating this ability only on our own turn. So this is one of the ways that we can be bringing a creature back from the grave, is with the Troll King and through the sacrifice of 3 foods, which is really quite nice. And that's just one of our new inclusions within the food sub-archetype in the deck. We've also adjusted and added 2 copies of Witch's Oven, an artifact for 1. We can tap it to sacrifice a creature to create a food token. If that creature's power was 4, or sorry, if that creature's toughness was 4 or greater, create 2 of those tokens instead, which is really quite nice. So, the Troll King comes into play, it creates 3 food, then we have it, being removed from our opponent. We can sack it with the oven. We're going to get 2 food out of that, and that really only leaves 1 other food to fill the void, in which we do have things like the Gilded Goose. This is remaining the same. It's not changed since our last version. It's 0/2 with flying. When it enters play, create a food token. We can pay 2 to tap it to create a food token, and we can just tap it to sacrifice a food token, adding 1 mana of any color, which is quite nice in conjunction with, of course, Trail of Crumbs. Now, we've actually adjusted this and taken it from 4 copies down to 3 because we draw so many cards in this deck. We have no problem with it, and 4 copies was feeling a little bit obsessive. Of course, when it enters play, create a food token, which could be the 3rd or the Troll King if we sacrifice it with the oven, much like the Gilded Goose. Whenever you sacrifice a food, you may pay 1. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent from among them, putting it into your hand, and the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order, or in any order, sorry. So this is great. This is pulling basically anything that we want from our deck that's not instant or sorcery, in which we have none of. They're all permanents, which is absolutely amazing. So again, this is great for the food archetype, and of course, we can't play food without 4 copies of Wicked Wolf. This has stayed the same, 3/3 when it enters play. Fight 1 creature that you don't control, and we can sacrifice a food to put a +1/+1 counter on the wolf, tapping it and giving it indestructible for the turn, which is really quite nice. That's everything that we have for the food. Talking about the Trail of Crumbs, one of the most important things to pull with your Trail of Crumbs will be our Great Henge. There's only 1 copy of it in the deck. It's not a requirement, but it will set those matches apart. You all know the Great Henge, 9 CMC, X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. You can tap it, add 2 green to your pool, plus gaining 2 life, and whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you're going to put a +1/+1 counter on it and draw a card, which is quite glorious. So again, we've got a lot of draw in the deck, and this was the substitution for that Trail of Crumbs that we dropped. This is, you know, a little bit better. It adds a little bit of mana plus the life gain. Typically, if we're sacking, you know, with the wolf, with the food, we're not getting that life there. So, you know, any survivability through the aggro decks will be quite helpful, and the Great Henge does an amazing job of that, not only gaining us life, but helping us play more cards per turn through the draw and the mana increase there. So that's quite nice. Moving on from that, we do have some self-mill in the deck, which is quite nice. First and foremost, 3 copies of Mire Triton. This is down from 4 copies. It's a 2/1 with Death Touch, and Mire Triton enters the battlefield. You gain 2 life and mill 2 cards. This is great. We do want to be milling some of our bigger creatures to the graveyard. Egon, God of Death, and the Throne of Death are perfect for both of those situations. The Throne of Death is an amazing turn 1. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. We do want to be self-milling as much as possible. We can also pay 3, tapping the throne to exile a creature card from our graveyard, allowing us to draw a card. This is good in certain situations, but typically we will only be using it to fill our graveyard. We can exile creatures from our graveyard, but not creatures that we want to bring back into play later on. Moving away from that, we have 4 copies of Tymaret Calls the Dead for 3 CMC. For the first 2 turns that it's in play, you will mill 3 cards, and then you may exile a creature or enchantment card from your graveyard. If you do, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. This is decent. Again, we never want to be milling things that we want to replay later, so we can mill enchantments, stuff like this. We can also, on the final step, gain X life and scry X, where X is the number of zombies you control. Again, this will create 2 zombies, and we do have further zombies within something like Polukranos Unchained. Polukranos enters the battlefield with 6 +1/+1 counters on it. It escapes with 12 +1/+1 counters on it. If damage will be dealt to Polukranos, while it has +1 counters on it, prevent that damage and remove that many +1/+1 counters on it. We can pay 3 to have it fight another target creature, and then we can escape it, which means replaying it from our grave for 6 mana plus exiling 6 cards from our grave, which shouldn't be bad because we do have a lot of mill within the deck. Again, this is down from, I believe, 3 copies in the original version to 1. It's not that important, but it does play very well with Calls of the Dead because it is a zombie. Moving on from that, we already talked about the Feasting Troll King within the food archetype. We talked about the Great Henge. Let's talk about, I guess, the Ox of Agonas before we get into Vorinclex. The Ox is a 5 CMC 4/2. When it enters the battlefield, discard your hand, then draw 3 cards. We can replay it from the grave for 2 mana, plus exiling 8 other cards from our graveyard, and it will escape into the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it, which is great. You know, the draw ability here is good, and we can use it alongside our Vicious Return to draw a hand later on in game as well, which is quite nice. So whether we need the draw with the Vicious Return or, you know, something like Vorinclex, just a little bit of damage output, 6/6 with Trample and Haste, and if you're going to put counters on anything or anyone, you will double those, and if your opponent's doing that, they will half them. This includes +1/+1 counters, loyalty counters in Planeswalkers, any like page and lore counters on enchantments and artifacts, and saga counters, which is actually pretty funny. I misplay into this a couple times today, but you know, it's doing so much value. Not to mention, it's a 6/6 with Trample and Haste, so we'll be recovering any of those big baddies with our Kardur's Vicious Return. You may sacrifice a creature when you do deal 3 damage to any target, which is great. We do have those 2/2 zombies. We have Mire Tritons. We also have Gilded Goose potentially. Each player discards a card. We want to be discarding Vorinclex, right? We want to be discarding something that will replay later in its final turn. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it gains haste until your next turn, which is amazing. So Vorinclex already has haste, but the +1/+1 counter will be doubled, so it's going to be an 8/8, which is pretty cool. Again, we can bring back the Ox, we can bring back a Wicked Wolf, we can bring back Egon, even the Unchained if we want. So lots of really cool options there that will all trigger through the Great Henge, and it's going to be a good time. This is a deck that really performs well for me. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys all think of it after the gameplay footage, so watch to the end, let me know what you think of it and how we can improve it as we continue on waiting for Strixhaven. Thanks again for your time and attention. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the channels to your friends, families, MTG playgroups, and local game stores. Support financially on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, through Amazon, Grey Viking Games, Into the AM, and by downloading Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant for free. Don't miss out on our 500,000 gem giveaway, free cash prize monthly tournaments on MTG Melee, Brawl, and Artisan formats. Our 100 one-on-one coaching sessions also coming with 20 USD, and every single video you can win $10 to Great Viking Games. Just like and comment. When we hit 100 likes, I'll pull a comment at random during the live video. Cheers, enjoy, and we'll see you soon to wrap up. Going first. What an honor. At this point, I don't even think it will help us. Huh. You guys like Doritos? You mind if I indulge? We get a mill out. That's all right. This is all good. Good, 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 good. As long as we don't mill Vicious Return. There's the block, that's fine, don't care. Trail in play. We have a wolf with a fight via Indestructible. We will definitely be using it. Wow, that's the best play I've had all video. The last two matches hurt my soul. Even the last couple of videos have really hurt my soul. I've been on a serious downtrend within my win rate here. It happens though. It does happen from time to time. We're gonna push through though, we don't mind. We do have 4, we're dropping to 5. Protection from multicolor is no issue for us, really. It's quite tasty as well. No attacks and turn. So if we top deck a land, I still want to play Vorinclex because we get the draw first. But if not, I think we may as well just discard it. Because we could pull back Egon or something instead. Ooh, 5-6 of the video. That's actually going to outpace Vorinclex. Shoot. What are we going to do about that? The damage, cry about it. The chump blockers within the zombies are actually quite helpful. And then we can make a food with the chump blocker as well. Maybe we mill a troll. They're just cracking these Fable passages on top of Felidar Tree. You gotta love it. Deep breaths. This is why, at a certain point, it's like, well, just run all counter magic and removal. because if you can't have fun, no one can have fun. Back to the Dorito pile. This was a turn. It was all those Doritos that powered us up. We're almost at full nerd strength. We've got some stuff going on. They would, like, double block us, though, and then they're right back at it, right? They could triple block. So we need to try to game them out. We can start eating the 3/3s with Polukranos. The Ozolith is pretty good. At this point, they're just making 2/2s. What? I am utterly confused. I think it's an Embercleave. Oh, we were gonna make that wolf indestructible. My bad. Oh, they're farming Ozolith tokens. That's what they're doing. So we should have killed Badgery's lieutenant. Dang it. We have two... Oh, no, that's not a zombie. That is good. Oh, we need another black source. Shoot, that sucks. Or do we not? Oh no, I just can't add. Simple math is really hard for HGG. We don't want to take any big creatures out that we'll bring back, so we take the land and enchantments instead. This is going to be a 24-24. And also, the Ozolith didn't get the counters because of Vorinclex, so that's not a problem either. Hot dog, back to the Dorito pile, baby! What's your guys' favorite flavor of Dorito? Let me know in the comments. Been into the Doritos lately. These little cheese triangles of heaven. think we're good to go. Let's draw a fresh hand here. I thought we were going to get beat up. We really turned that around somehow. Secondary Trail of Crumbs. We're good to go. Guess I'll just get chump blocked. But one at a time, right? I don't want to ever give them access to double block Vorinclex or, you know, quadruple block, whatever it happens to be. Yes, yes, yes. Let's send the hearts. Oh my gosh. Death Touch is good too. Let's get that in play. It kind of takes away our fight effect because it's our only black source, but now we can play the Troll King. And we can also take a massive draw, right? We're drawing 5 cards here. Woof. Don't mind if I do, Mr. Wolf. Don't mind if I do, Vicious Return. Won't mind if I do, Elspeth's Nightmare. Let's take 1 land. Okay, so do we play a land? I don't know. A goosey goose. Alright, so we get a win, and you know, that's much more how we want the deck to be working. You know, just a quick discard of Vorinclex, bring it in play, and you've still got mana for that same turn, which is typically a lot of fun. Going first, hallelujah! Let's get after it. A little bit of forest in my life. A little bit of swamp on the side, a little bit of mountain here and there, a little bit of Jund, it's all I care. Bangers all day, you guys. That's an original. For sure, not ripped off from anywhere. We're gonna do our best. I believe in the part of the cards. We had 2 hard losses. We're not taking any more. Oh, Death Touch-a-roni. Pass our turn. I mean, we can slay it if we have a creature survive. We get our first poison counter. Ouch. And in play our turn. Much more betters. I mean, it sucks to lose the goose. Don't get me wrong. But we're not about to lose to poison counters. I mean, we probably are, but we're gonna try not to. Oh, they got another one right in their opening hand. Troll King goes to the grave. Discard a land. Draw 3. Cool, 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 cool. But the poison counters are very uncool. We do have a Troll King to bring back as well next turn, which is going to be reducing the cost of the Great Henge even further. Plus, it gets the counters on it as well, so this is gonna be close to free henge. Oh no! Never mind. We're gonna have to pay 5 for it. No blocks, just so we can get the henge out. Now we'll start blocking stuff, I guess. That was a good binding, I'll admit. The binding messed us up. I was feeling confident, but now I'm worried. Yikes. Six. Wow, we're in not a good spot here. In again. Now we get the Troll King in play. We get to draw 2 here as well. Wolf is good. Goose is good. And we get the draw from the hedge. Woo! That was looking scary for a little bit. I'm still worried, but... Jeez Louise. Poison counters add up quickly with that. Flynn, is it? Or Finn? Finn. We will discard... Well, if they play a creature... Actually, we'll probably just discard Mire Triton. Or... Yeah, it's really hard to say. All of these mill for us. I mean, we do have an Ox we can bring back at the very least. It's feeling fairly friendly, though. They have 4 in hand. I think we'll have to discard as well soon. Garrick is good. Does he just minus on the Feasting Troll King? Wow. Oh, wowzers. We need to mill Vorinclex. They still need to choose their discard. They have 4 cards in hand. They don't want to do it. Another Call of the Death Dweller. That is interesting. Mill plus draw. Vorinclex in the grave. Perfect. That's what we needed. Be a big mill. We already have what we need there. We have defenders. We have a Vorinclex to come in unless they remove Vicious Return again. Okay, they take the wolves. This is fine.
Stay on the trail.
They're just wolf pups. They're not a wicked wolf. You're gonna have to watch out for me. I mean, obviously, they're in a little bit of a predicament as well, if they're taking this long. Or my server has messed up. No, typically if the bar's on their end. Wow. They take it again. They're smart enough to know. That is so freaking lucky for them. And then they get another Fangbearer. No way. I can't even. Right? You can't compete with the Wicked Wolf. You just can't do it. We're drawing through our library very quickly. That's going to be their third fin. Oh god. Whoa. There we go. Take the draw. Goes out. That's great for the Troll King. I'm trying to kill Garrick with the goose only. I know, that's such a BM, right? And we'll just have to let these two wolves hit us. This way they're not playing another, like they're not making removals.
Stay on the trail.
They've got the wolf pack in play. But we've got two Wicked Wolves, right? We're defending. We have two more in library. We have two more Kardur Vicious Return as well. Oh, they kill our goose, but we're gonna make that Urch Rider go straight to the grave. There goes that plan. Alright, Finn back in play. Brutal. They need them with Death Touch later. Let's just make as many blockers as we can. King goes out. Take a double draw. Wicked Wolf is good. Attacks. Whoops. Wrong window. That's my hack engine. That's the cheat engine, yeah. Make sure you lose every match. No, I'm feeling fairly confident here. We have enough blockers. There's no indestructible for the wolves, which is sad, but you know, it's gonna hinder them, I think. We have 31 life. It's just the poison that we're worried about, and we can take care of that next turn. We're all even, except for the God of Death, if they have an event and are trying to clean up that way. But it's not going to be enough. That will be, though. Wow. That's a thing. Eric mines this right now, that sucks.
Let's see how sharp my axe is.
Oh, Vorinclex, you idiot! LOL. Do we have 7? Yes. Oh, this won't trigger either. Oh, you almost fell for it twice. Now that is some funny stuff. Yeah, I mean, Death Touch kills us. This will be halved from Vorinclex as well. This will just minus on us. Unless they'll block here. Keep Garrick, which is acceptable. No, we get to kill Garrick.
There are some things that cannot be hunted.
Let's just get it in play, and then if Vorinclex gets removed, they'll start to trigger. And then we didn't have to spend the mana to have them enter. Right? I guess that's a thing we can do. Vorinclex is a big boy. Is a one big dog. Rider in play, that's fine, don't care. Wow, that is every single Finn in their top 20. I can't even. Yes, this is the play. Get a really delicious draw here. 15 cards. I'm gonna do some drawing. We could also... No, we bought the food for it. Oh no, we won't. Because it's 2 green. Shoot. So I guess we go this route instead. Oh, Vorinclex! I hate my life. Oh my god. I gotta quit forgetting about Vorinclex's Saga ability. This is ridiculous. The 2 7/6s and the other 7/7, you know, it just strictly saves us. And we do have the oven open, so we can just be replaying these Troll Kings. So we're gonna win, but I'm doing it so poorly that I want to cry. Because I wanted to remove Finn there. That was my objective. Then I didn't want to spend the food because I didn't want the wolf to die, but we should have just went for it. They can't attack. How do we get Vorinclex out of play? Right? Let's be the aggressor. The two have vigilance, so Egon can go in, and if they kill it, we just have a replacement. The only thing to kill it will be Finn. They're looking at 21 damage, which is lethal, so they at least need to murderous ride Egon. They have 37, we're down to 11. Trail of Crumbs is just so powerful within a food deck. There's no good with this. I'm not gonna sack the Troll King, I'd rather just remove Finn. Good. It is not bad. So, the wolf comes in as a 4/4. We need to sack 5 and 6, right? That should be pretty easy to do. Let's just make a food token. Wicked wolf in play. Which will fight you. The henge triggers. Then the wolf eats. Oh yeah, we'll take the draw, why not? For the turn. Oh, no. I'm, oops. We can't get those tokens. Because it's frickin' Vorinclex. I hate my life. I have... Gosh, we're gonna mill ourselves. We gotta be careful here. We have got to be careful. I should have pulled a black source too. This game is riddled with mistakes. I'm pretty sure we'll still win. We can just not draw and attack. All I have is land. We have everything. It just goes to show how powerful Vorinclex is, right? It's a big hit. Even though it doesn't trigger, I think it's nice to have it in play. LOL. What does binding kill? Egon? So that's a play, and then they only take 2 damage next turn. We have 5 left in the library. We toned down the draw, we stopped drawing. We probably could have done that a while ago. It's great if we took it, why not? Spells out Feasting Troll King! Huh. All these other things are going to trigger. 4. I do not want to draw too much. I'll put an odd in play. Screw it. We'll just decline. Go big or go home. Alright, we have 2 cards left, so we're allowed to draw. Chariot in play, doesn't matter, they get 2 cats, which is why the trample is so important to us. Destroy things, haha! We've already taken our draw, which is great. Sacrifice the Goosey Goose. And summoning 6. Whew. Oh, it took a while. Sorry for all the misplays. LOL. We got out alive though. That's good news. All right. So, I'm pretty low in Mythic. I'm not sure I've ever been this low. There's been some new developments. My Starlink drops connection more than my old internet used to, but it is much faster. So this has led to a lot of disconnect losses, which is sad. And we combine that with the amount of jank I've been playing recently, and we do come up with this perfect storm. So I should probably grind it out, but the further we drop, the less motivated I become. And then the jankier I just want to be building these decks for you guys every day. So let me know what you all think of that. Should I be pushing top 1000? Would it be more preferable for you to see a 1 new deck every day, top 1000, or 2 new decks a day just in Mythic? Because these are 2 very different lives, and I could spend that extra couple hours doing that other deck, just pushing rank, playing 1 deck, match after match after match, climbing the ladder, like is required. That is how to effectively climb the ladder, is just to map out 1 deck within the meta perfectly and just bang out matches and climb as high as you can. And then, you know, when you do start changing decks, things slip. You misplay more often than you previously would have. And, you know, now that I'm doing 2 decks a day, right, it seems almost impossible, unless I'm repeating the same great decks every single day, right? But when we do start branching off to original decks like this that don't exist anywhere but here, sometimes it works out like it did today, but other times, you know, like we see me trying to do Ancient Green or Nyx Bloom Ancient, we just got hammered match after match, and I've got a hard time letting things go and just being, okay, this deck doesn't work. Here it is, move on. It's like, no, we got to get a win. We got to get a win. And I just fall lower and lower and lower. So yeah, that's what I've got going on today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Support the channel if you can. Don't miss out on everything that we've going on. All of the links for everything, you can just Google Hello Good Game or Hello Good Game Linktree, or they're in the description below. You know, cheers, enjoy. You know, it's like 18 days till Strixhaven, so I'm really excited. That's 36 decks, and we're gonna get there. You know, we might even come back to this deck again. So enjoy the next video on me, and we'll see you soon.